a river or something?
That's right. So when...
Do you want me to get you Pirates booty, Cooper?
When the...
Yeah.
Yeah, you do? Yeah, you do? You say yes, please, right?
All right. Off I go again. Talk.
Say it to Nana. Yes, please. Yes, please. Why don't you want to say it? Yeah. Yes, please, Nana.
Okay.
He said yes. I heard him. I just wanted to say yes, please.
Do you need anything,
So
Daddy?
no, thanks. They do. They have paved areas, right, that come from a river where there's a little bit of water, and it directs a little bit of water to the crops. It'll direct a little bit of water to this area and a little bit of water to that area, and every town gets a little bit of water. It's called an irrigation system. Aquifers.
Dad.
The length of the whole state.
Dad. Why do you don't get a bunch of water?
Because the weather doesn't give it to them. They don't get any water. They get no rain, no water, no precipitation for months and months and months. They get fire and nothing else. They get fire and heat. Heat that creates fire in their woods. You know how we go out in the woods and it's dry a little bit? Their woods get so dry that if you're out in the woods, they tell you to be careful. If you see a fire, you have to leave immediately because it can spread so fast. It would burn this whole area. As soon as it lit on fire, everything gone. Isn't that crazy? And so the water, what they... Everything. Everything would burn right up. Houses. So that's why it's really dangerous. And when they have a no burn order here, it's because it gets a little bit dry. But there, you can never burn in the woods because it's so dry in the woods all the time. All the time.
Dad, why is it so hot?
Why is it so hot in the summer?
No, it's so hot in the summer.
Why?
No, it's so hot in the summer.
Yes, you're right. It is.
I'm not saying why.
Oh, I thought at the beginning you asked why. Haven't you seen that? And that's true. It is hot in the summer. Haven't you seen the Bill Nye about why it's hot in the summer?
No.
The rotation of the globe in our atmosphere gets closer to the sun in the summertime.
Oh.
Just by a few degrees, it gets closer. Just a couple, maybe even just a little bit. The elliptical, the way that the Earth turns, and the way that the sun is positioned in accordance to the Earth, is closer during that period of time, and it makes for the weather to change. That's how perfect our atmosphere is and how perfect our world is. It's just right. If it was a little bit closer, it'd be way too hot and our atmosphere would be totally unlivable, way too hot, 100 degrees warmer than it is, all the time. If it was a little bit further away, it would be way too cold all the time, and we wouldn't have life, or we wouldn't have life as we know it. But the way that the Earth turns around the sun, because the sun is in the center of the atmosphere, right? And everything rotates around the sun, because the sun burns and creates a bend in the quantum fabric, creates an indentation in the space-time equilibrium, I guess, the gravitational fabric of the universe. Because everything sits on picture your sheet on your bed. Every planet, including the sun, sits on that sheet, and in the middle, the heaviest planet, the one that's on fire, has the most heat and mass and gases and is always burning. It's really hot. That pulls everything down.
California?
No, that's the sun.
No, California.
What about California?
Does it burn every day?
There's probably a part of California that's on fire every day in the summer. Because it's so hot, Cooper. And dry. They get like hardly any rain at all, bud. Isn't that goofy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought so too. I didn't believe it when I first heard about it, the drought, how bad it was. But it's been I think it's been longer than 10 years.
Do they have floods in California?
Yeah, that's all they have. When it rains really hard for a short amount of time, and then they have what's called a flash flood. Flooding. Then gone. That's it. Yeah, thunder, lightning, rain, torrential for 10, 15 minutes.
And it blows all up.
And then everything just floods and washes downstream, and then
blows up?
No, nothing blows up.
Why?
Because it's water.
But
Lightning, right, lightning. But lightning creates a lot of fires in California. Because when it touches the ground, it's so... Here, it touches the ground, it might burn the ground a little bit, but there's moisture in the ground. So the moisture keeps the fire from spreading, or keeps the electricity from burning everything. But in California, when the lightning hits the forest, or the ground, or a tree, the whole thing lights on fire.
Oh, yeah! We got to light it!
Yeah, and then the fire department has to go out in their special gear, and they have to fight the forest fire.
You have to chop down trees.
They have to chop down trees. They have to purposely burn trees so that the fire doesn't burn them. They have to burn grass and all kinds of stuff.
Do they use flamethrowers or something?
They do. Sometimes they do.
And burn the grass?
Sometimes they do, but they're not like what you're thinking. They're not like the ones in the war movies. They're like they're ones that you pump and you just and it sprays a little flame. Sometimes they use torches to do it, little tiny hand torches.
Do they put a water grenade?
Kind of. They have water. They have water drops. They go over the fire in big, huge
water.
You know the helicopter that you have, the Playmobil helicopter with the thing on the bottom, that big round cylinder, and it's got the marks for where you fill the water up to. Yeah. That thing you pull up in the middle, that lets the water fall out, right? That's what that Playmobil helicopter is. It's a water helicopter.
So where is it?
It's 5 o'clock.
Ask Nana how bad the fires are in California and how bad the drought is.
Right now?
Always. The drought is nonstop. They haven't had rain. They don't have.
Floods.
Yeah, they have flash floods. I told them that.
And then it's very bad.
Yeah, because they have flash floods because they never get any water, and then they get like 15 minutes of rain and it
Texas?
floods everybody out. Yeah, Texas is in a drought too.